Now that you know who your point of view characters are, the next thing your point of view characters need are goals. And if the character doesn't have a goal in every scene, and I mean every scene, what are they doing? They're doing nothing. Without a goal, they're doing nothing. And so nobody's going to read that scene. And they might even put your book down. So there's an external goal, which is, so for a murder mystery, the external goal of the protagonist is usually solve the murder. And then they will have external goals per scene, and it might be examine the crime scene, would be a goal for the opening scene, perhaps. But they'll also have internal goals. And the internal goal is really usually related to some character flaw that they may or may not know about, but they need to fix. And it will be related to their character arc. So if you had a detective in your murder mystery who is really squeamish, and has a paranoia that it's a true flaw that stops him from entering, or her from entering, a crime scene room because he can't get over it, he's got to get over that. There's all kinds of internal flaws. So both the external and internal have to relate to the overall story. They can't just be random goals. They must be something that is driving the story forward. And the other thing, there must be consequences. So if you give a character an external goal and they fail and nobody cares, it doesn't matter. I want to drink water, I didn't get it. Okay, move on. It doesn't drive the story forward, and it's not going to create tension. And so when you create a goal, even if the character succeeds in that scene or in a future scene, you as the writer need to understand that there's something of high value at stake for that character, and then the reader is going to care if they make that goal or not. And the final thing I'll say about goals is don't solve them too quickly, or don't let the protagonist or the point of view character achieve them too quickly and too often. So there needs to be enough failure, and again, it comes back to balance, so that the reader won't start thinking, well, this character succeeds at everything, so why am I reading this story? Okay, so the sneaky things about point of view goal. One is it may feel like there's a goal, but it could be a goal that's not related to the story. And so then it's not a goal at all. There could be too many goals for a scene, and then the scene starts to feel episodic, and the reader doesn't really know what the character is trying to get, and so they don't know what to cheer for. Readers like to cheer for things, and they like to be worried about it. If the goal is inconsistent with a character's personality. So very simple example, if you had established early on, for example, a character drinks tea, and then later they're trying to do an overnighter and they're desperate for a cup of coffee. Well, they're a tea drinker, and so that's an inconsistency, and their goal doesn't make sense. The goal has no consequences, which we talked about, and also if the goal is achieved too easily, it's not really a great goal.